Good morning, everyone. Put this down to the bottom here. All right, so we're going to do page 123 and 124 today. And this shouldn't take very long because you guys are really used to these. We're just diagramming prepositional phrases. Remember that I've been teaching you all to find prepositional phrases in a sentence first before we label anything else. And that might be a little different than you hear in the future, but I have learned from other curriculum I used that if you find your prepositional phrase first, then you will not be confused in difficult sentences where you might want to use the noun. If you look up top, like the noun in this prepositional phrase is trampoline, and the noun here is from Jill. You will not be tempted to label them as maybe the subject or the direct object or other things in the sentence. For instance, like the letter from Jill arrived. Without looking at this as a prepositional phrase, you might be tempted to call this the subject and this the verb. But if we first go through and mark out the prepositional phrases, then you will know that from Jill is a prepositional phrase, so therefore it cannot be the subject. So the subject would be letter, and the verb would be arrived. Over here, you jumped off the trampoline. Remember the word off? If it doesn't have a noun after it making a prepositional phrase, it's just going to be called an adverb. But here it has off the trampoline, which is a pretty simple prepositional phrase. So then this would be our subject and this would be our verb. All right, so let's go down here and let's start diagramming some prepositional phrases. Number one, I live on a ranch. So it's a prepositional phrase. I know you know them by now. You're good at finding them. All right, so once we've marked as a prepositional phrase, I can look at this and I can say what's my subject and verb. This is a really easy sentence. I live. And then the preposition goes on the slanted line. The object of the preposition or the noun in the preposition goes on the horizontal line, and the would go underneath. All right, Grandpa strolled down the avenue. Down the avenue. Grandpa is the subject. And what did he do? He strolled. These are easy. They don't have many words in them. Down avenue. The. Okay. Remember a, an, and the are called articles. And articles always act as adjectives. They always tell us a noun is coming. There might be an adjective describing the noun first, but a noun will be coming. The girl in the red coat is smiling. In the red coat is the prepositional phrase. Oops. So we have a girl, and she is smiling. So you have a helping verb there. The is describing the girl. And then we have the prepositional phrase in coat, the, and red. So here's an example where you have the, which is an adjective describing coat, but before the coat we have another adjective, red, sorry. All right, the class with the best poster will go to the festival. Here we have two prepositional phrases, with the best poster and to the festival. All right, so let's do the main subject and verb first. We have class as the subject, will go as the verb. So class will go. The class All right, with the best poster. With poster and the best. And will go, where will they go? To the festival. Now, just so you know in the future, like this prepositional phrase up here described where you live. So where is an adverb. So this would be an adverb prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrases are always adjectives or adverbs. Where you strolled down the avenue, that would be an adverb prepositional phrase. The girl in the red coat, that's describing the girl. Whoops, I've lost it. Go back to this, see if that does. There we go. The girl, describing the girl. So that would be adjective. With the poster, with the best poster, that's describing the class. That's adjective. Where they will go, this one's adverb. So prepositional phrases are always adjective or adverb. All right, let me find the next page. Not that one. Keep going. These are all the pictures I took. Oh. Well, there we are. Okay. I think I'm going to let you do this one on your own, this one on your own, this one on your own. I'll do this one with you. I'm going to do this one with you. And then you can do this one on your own. Okay. One thing I want you to do, normally we keep these pages in our book, but tear these out. Have your parents help you tear them out because they're not going to be easy to tear out because we've not torn any out. But tear these out as you do them, and then you can just bring them to school and I'll grade. I'll grade the whole sheet that we did together and that you did on your own. So when I look at this assignment, I'll make this assignment, 123 and 124. And I'll grade all 10 of these questions together. All right. And so tear them out when they're done, or you can tear them out before, and hand them in when you have both sides done. I know not every day will you do both sides of a sheet. So once they're done, then you can bring them to school. All right. So let's go to number 8. Don't fall off the bench. All right, remember our 4 kinds of sentences? We have declarative, which just makes a statement. We have imperative, which is a command or a request. We have exclamatory, which is a sentence that ends in an exclamation point, and it shows a lot of emotion. And then we have, what's the other one? The question one, interrogative. An interrogative sentence. This one is telling you not to do something. Don't fall. So this is an imperative sentence. Imperative sentences never have a written subject. The subject is always understood. We know it's there. It's just not written. And it's the understood you. Prepositional phrase here is off the bench. Now that we've done that, this is pretty easy because you do fall. Now you don't fall. They don't want you to fall. But remember the NT is short for not. And so not is never a verb. It's always an adverb. Okay? I should underline these twice. All right. So we have you. And we are going to put it in parentheses. You do, sorry, that's sloppy. You do fall. Under here, we'll put the NT because that represents the not. All right, where do you not fall? Off, preposition, bench, the noun, and the is the adjective. All right, one more. A picture of you and me was taken. All right, so let me just do a little review here. Do you use I or do you use me? That's always the question, and here they use me, which is correct. But if you're writing this sentence, the picture of you and I was correct. Doesn't that sound okay? It does sound okay, because a lot of times we do not speak correctly, and that's not always so bad. But we do need to know the proper grammar for when we write it. But if you have two things here, let's just look at this a second. I know that's not the prepositional phrase, but just look at you and me. If you don't know whether to write I or me, mentally don't say this part. Just say it without it. The picture of, would you say me or I? The picture of me. You can hear that I does not sound correct. Also, if you know your pronouns, I is a nominative case pronoun, which we haven't really talked about that. They are pronouns that are used as subjects. Me is called an objective case pronoun, so it uses the object of the preposition. It's objective case. But the nice thing about it, at your age, you can hear it. You wouldn't say a picture of I was taken. You would say a picture of me was taken. And that's why I like to wait for grammar till kids are a little bit older. All right, so let's erase all this part. That was totally not what we had to do, but that confuses everybody. All right, the picture of you and me was taken of, whoops, let me get my pen back working here. Of you and me is the prepositional phrase with two objects, you and me, two pronouns acting as objects. So a picture was, don't forget the helping verb. That's everybody's trip up also, forgetting helping verbs. All right, now let's diagram it. Picture, a picture, and that's the first letter of the sentence, so we'll keep it capitalized. A picture of you, whichever one comes first goes on top, and me was taken. Okay, that was a good one. A lot of stuff in it we could talk about. I think everything else you might be able to do. I'm tempted to help you with 10, but I think I want you to try on your own. Alright, let's see how to do that. It does help you that they've given you all the lines you need, so you know you got to fill out a line for each one. Alright, I'm going to let you go with this and let you work on it.